Okay, here's a review video on the Polynomials quiz. It was out of 17 points. I'm going to show you the whole quiz first, just in case you want to do it first, and I'll show you each question before I do it. So if you want to pause and answer any of these questions, you can do that now. Okay, now I highly recommend that before I start each question, you read it, answer it yourself, and just pause the video, and then you can always unpause it to see what my answer is and check yours. Okay, so I'll say that one more time, because I'm just going to continue to go through this. I'm going to do it at my pace, which might be a little fast, but I will explain everything. And you can always slow down playback depending on which YouTube app or web browser you're using. You should have the ability to slow down. All right, so number one, pause, do it yourself, and then check yourself based on my work. Now, I have a binomial times a trinomial, 2 times 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a long rectangle. On the top is 4x squared. Let me be a little neater about that. Minus 5x plus 6 and 2x plus 3. 4x squared times 2x is 8x cubed. Negative 5x times 2x is negative 10x squared. 6 times 2x is 12x. 6 times 3 is 18. Negative 5 times 3, negative 5x times 3 is negative 15x. And in the bottom left, I have 12x squared. Now, when I take these terms out, all the diagonals should be like terms. 8x cubed, 12 minus 10x squared, that's going to be 2x squared. 12 minus 15 is giving me negative 3x, and 18 is just going to come out by itself, plus 18, and that was the answer. That's the product, which means multiplication. Now, Janai is given a rectangular piece of paper. If the length of Janai's piece of paper is represented by 2x minus 6, and the width is represented by 3x minus 5, then what polynomial represents the area? So let's remember, area equals length times width on a polynomial. The length is this, and the width is this. So I have to multiply them. So quick box method. It's a 2 by 2. 2x minus 6. And 3x minus 5. This is 6x squared minus 18x minus 10x and positive 30. We take out our like terms. 6x squared. Negative 10 and negative 18 is negative 28x and positive 30. And that's my product, my multiplication. Now we have division. Let's shrink a little bit. All right. So if you've forgotten already, I would prefer it if you try the question and then use my video as a refresher, as a check. So pause, try the question on loose leaf, and then watch this. Okay. That's the last time I'm going to remind you. I'll just keep doing the questions now. 2x squared plus 5x minus 1, all divided by x plus 2. X goes into 2x squared 2x times. Distribute that down. Gets me 2x squared plus 4x, parentheses and subtract. 5x minus 4x is 1x minus 1. That eraser's way too big. Okay. X goes into 1x one time. 1 distributed over gets me 1x plus 2, parentheses subtract. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. So we have to take that remainder and put it over the divisor. So plus or even minus negative 3 over x plus 2. And this up here is my final answer. You need to make sure that your remainder goes over the divisor if there is a remainder left. Jerry uses division to find the factored form of a polynomial. He says that this equals this. What are the roots of this polynomial? So, the roots of this polynomial, what we got to do is, this is already factored. This one's good to go. This one needs to be broken up. We find out it adds to 7 and multiplies to 10. So we say, okay, 10. 10 could be 5 times 2 or 10 times 1. Well, 5 times 2 will add up to 7. So we pick those. So this becomes x plus 5, x plus 2, and we'll bring down the 2x plus 3. To find the roots, we draw a big t-chart. This is negative 5, this is negative 2. Those are two of my solutions. And for this one on the left, we bring it down. 2x plus 3 equals 0. Minus 3 minus 3. 2x equals negative 3. We divide both sides by 2 to get x by itself, and therefore the third root is x equals negative 3 over 2. On to the back. What is this division equal to? Fractions, by the way. Fractions are division, in case you didn't know that. That's division. So I have to divide. This is a pretty long one, so I'm going to start nice and high. X to the fourth plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 7 divided by x plus 2. Now, x goes into x to the fourth. X cubed times, distribute the x cubed down. That's x to the fourth. X cubed times 2 is 2x cubed, parentheses, and subtract. Now, these are not like terms. So when they're not like, we just have to bring them both down. This is minus positive 2x cubed. So we bring it down as a negative 2x cubed, and then we bring down the plus 3x squared. And then we start again. X goes into negative 2x cubed, negative 2x squared times. Negative 2x squared times x is negative 2x cubed. Negative 2x squared times 2 is negative 4x squared. Parentheses and subtract. Minus a minus is plus, so this is positive 3 plus 4, so we get 7x squared. And now we're going to want to bring down the next term, which is minus 2x. Next cycle, same moves. X goes into 7x squared, 7x times. We distribute the 7x over. I get 7x squared, and 7x times 2 is 14x. Parentheses and subtract. Cross out. Negative 2 minus 14 is negative 16x. Bring down the plus 7. Our last cycle. X goes into negative 16x, negative 16 times. Distribute that over. I get negative 16x. Negative 16 times 2 is negative 32. Parentheses and subtract. Cross those out. Minus a minus is plus. This is 7 plus 32. So this is 39 as my remainder. Now remember, we can't just ignore that. We actually have to do something with that. So I'm going to take that remainder, the 39, and I'm going to put it on the end, plus 39 over x plus 2, the divisor. Okay, and now this up here is my answer. Number 6. The area of a rectangular skylight is designed with specific proportions to provide strength in case of heavy loads like large snowfall. The engineer designs the plans which state that the area is this is area, and the width of the pane is this is the width. So what is the length? So let's see. I know a formula. I actually used it earlier in this quiz. This is why it's fair game right now. That length times width equals area. Well, I have the area and I have the width. They want me to solve for L. So I can make my equation a little easier. Check this out. Divide by W on both sides. And we get that length equals area divided by width. So area divided by width. I can do that. So I'm going to write this out. 2x cubed minus 20x squared plus 54x minus 36 divided by 2x, I give myself enough space, 2x minus 2. Now we'll do the division. 2x goes into 2x cubed, x squared times. X squared times 2x is 2x cubed. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. Parentheses and subtract. Those cross out. That's good. Negative 20 minus a minus is negative 20 plus 2. So negative 20 plus 2 is negative 18 x squared. And bring down the positive 54x. Now 2x goes into negative 18x squared, negative 9x times. Yep, negative 9 times 2 is negative 18. X times x is x squared. Negative 9x times negative 2 is negative times negative is positive, right? Negative and negative. Now 9 and 2 is 18. And the x comes along for the ride. Parentheses and subtract. 54 minus 18 is going to be 36. X minus 36. And in my last little move, 2x goes into 36x. 2 goes into 36 18 times. 18 times 2x is 36x. And 18 times negative 2 is negative 36. Parentheses, subtract, everything crosses out, 0 remainder. So what is the length? This right here. That's the length. And you could even check this if you want, because if this right here is the width, then these two multiplied together, right, these two, right, these guys, should be able to multiply to get me this big polynomial underneath. With a box method, you could do that. Okay, so now the factored form of the polynomial means that we're rewriting the long polynomial in its equivalent factors. So that is 2x minus 2 times x squared minus 9x plus 18. That's the factored form. Now, in order to find the zeros, we have to do just what we did in question, which number was that? It was question 4. So we are going to find what adds to negative 9 and multiplies to 18. 18 could be 9 times 2, or 18 times 1, or 6 times 3. Now they have to add to negative 9, so I think it's negative 6 and negative 3. And yeah, negative times negative would be positive 18. That's perfect. So we can break this up. I'll rewrite this just once more. 2x minus 2. And then this is going to become a double bubble of x and these two numbers right here. So minus 6 and minus 3. We can t-chart these, set them equal to 0, because they want the zeros. Now, this is positive 6, this is positive 3, and 2x minus 2 equals 0, plus 2 plus 2, and 2x equals 2, divide by 2, and x is equal to 1, because 2 over 2 is 1. Those are my 3 zeros of that polynomial. Now, there won't be a bonus on the quiz, so it doesn't make sense to study that. But 0 the polynomial means the x value that would make the area of the window equal 0. Okay, so that is the whole quiz. Good luck.